Sorry, we're recording you.
Yeah, okay, we're going to record you either way. It'll ask you at the top if it's okay to record. You can just click okay or not. I think it's fine either way. But we are now recording. And yeah, I just want to welcome everybody. We will share this afterwards, by the way. That's one benefit of recording this ceremony. Dina, didn't want a funeral. She wanted us to come together just informally to celebrate and obviously share our memories and our thoughts about her. And have seen everybody here just means so much to Janine and I. We're really grateful for all of you for joining us as we gather together virtually to share the love and memories that unite us beyond any distance. Dina touched so many lives with her kindness, her warmth, and her spirit. So it's really heartwarming to see all of you here. I am now going to share my screen and share something that you all shared with us. So we mentioned that we wanted you all to send us a word that best represents Dina. And so these are the words that you came up with. And so just want to kind of put this on the screen here. So this is obviously, you can see fun is very, very large. That was the word that came up the most often for Dina to describe her. You can see caring, positive, beautiful. Everybody can see the screen, right? Hopefully. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, these words really embodied Dina for you all. So Janine and I put this word cloud together. So as we think about Dina, these are the qualities that, made her special to you. If you all have a glass handy, I think now is a good time to drink a brief toast with these words on the screen. Dina's favorite drinks were peppermint tea or Prosecco. We chose Prosecco.
She also loved gin and tonics and red wine. Mm-hmm. And many other things.
Exactly.
She liked a good party.
Yeah. So as we remember and celebrate Dina and we think about these words that embody her, let's all share a drink together.
Cheers to my wonderful mama. Cheers to Dina. Happy birthday.
Thank you again for everybody for being here. Your support and shared memories means a lot to us. I am going to stop sharing my screen so we can all see each other again. And then Janine's going to say some words about her mom.
So I just wanted to say that, first of all, I'm so grateful to the amazing community my mom has. I've just been blown away by the love and support offered to her and to all of us, her family. There were tons of meals delivered, cards, texts, offers to help. And I just want to thank everybody. The love shown has been incredible and moving. And I want to give a special shout out to my aunt and uncle, Pete and Mary Lou. Having you there in my mom's last 2 weeks was so special and important and helpful. My mom was one of the most organized people I know, and she knew it was time to call me home. And she knew it was time to calm my aunt and uncle down, that they were the ones to be there to give us the support and love we needed. She knew she was going to die very soon, and she had an idea how it should go, just like she did with many things in life. And I'm grateful that it went the way it did, for not only did she have a beautiful life, she had a beautiful death. My mom was so brave. She wasn't afraid to die. She was afraid of pain. When she got diagnosed in 2020, she said, "It's okay if I go tomorrow. I've had an amazing, full, wonderful life. There's nothing left I feel I need to do." And then she and we had the amazing gift of the last 4.5 years with her. The doctor gave her up to a year to live with treatment, and she far surpassed that. And I attribute that not only to medical advances, but also to her fortitude and attitude. She had such an amazing attitude. And if you knew her, you know that. You'll notice in the slideshow we're going to share that the early parts of her life and the last 4 or so years of her life are most highly featured. I find myself drawn to who my mom was before I was born and part of her. And also to the last 4.5 years that, against the odds, she had. Those years were full of lunches with friends, dinner parties, golf games, hanging with friends, walks with friends, bunco games, laughs, vacations, time with family. and all the crazy fun things that Jackie Podger planned. Strip pole dancing, sheep herding, all those fun things. She kept my mom laughing like a lot of friends. And they were an incredible, unexpected gift. She really had a beautiful life. My mom lived almost 77 years. Today is her birthday, and she died 3.5 weeks ago. Those almost 77 years were so full. I'm struck by this as I pour through old photos and experience memories. She had amazing educational and professional experiences at FIT studying fashion design, going from a small town in New York to the big city, living in her tiny hole in the wall apartment in New York City while she got her degree in fashion design. This later paid off for me as I had the coolest dressed Barbies in the neighborhood and the coolest Halloween costumes, and also some pretty cool clothes too. Then she was chosen for the opportunity to go to Japan and work for the Takeo Corporation, where she was instrumental in bringing the Stacey Ames line success in the Western world. When I was young, she graduated from Walsh College with a bachelor's in business and worked in computer programming for Kmart Corporation. Later in life, she studied real estate and was a successful real estate agent. I'm not surprised. With her amazing, glowing personality, business sense, and flair for staging and interior design. She just recently helped me design my kitchen. I would always send her pictures of things, and she just had the best taste. She loved and was deeply loved by so many in her life. She met and fell in love with my dad in Japan. They had a deep, strong love and bond until he died in 1997, much too young for both of them. I've never seen a love like that, and I've been reading his letters to her, and they're pretty amazing. She was fortunate to find love again with Phil, her partner of 24 years, and he's going to speak after me today. She and I were amazingly close. We had a unique bond. Anyone that knows her and knows me knows that. We talked at least once a day. Sometimes I called her 3 times a day. We traveled to so many places together: Portugal, Spain, Croatia, Ireland, France, and her birthplace, Switzerland. That's just overseas. We had so many trips in the States together, and actually tons just in the last 4.5 years. She was my best friend. Anyone who knows us knows how close we were and always will be, for she will forever be with me. And about her beautiful death, the hospice nurse actually called it this. She said she was working with 12 other families, and it was so different than the atmosphere that we had created for my mom. She said as soon as she turned and drove down the driveway, she felt the love by seeing the hearts lining my mom's driveway, placed there by dear friends. She said walking into the room and hearing the meditation music in the background playing, seeing the hearts and cards up in the house, seeing my mom's close family surrounding her was so special and peaceful. I can't count how many times my mom in those last 2 weeks said, "You all spoil me. I'm so comfy. This is lovely," and other warm murmurings of content. It was so important to me that my mom was spared from a lot of pain, because that pain was her biggest fear. I had the honor of tending to her, caring for her, and giving her love those last few weeks. And I feel quite confident she did not have much pain at all. She really did pass peacefully, and that means the world to me. Thank you all for seeing what a special person my mom was. I thought I was biased because I am her daughter, but I see that so many others felt this way about her too, that she was just beyond special. I always said I want to be like my mama when I grow up. I said that as recently as yesterday. If only I can be half as good as her, as resilient as her, as strong as her, as loving as her. That is what I will continue to strive for the rest of my life. And I will keep her with me, reminding me what I can be. She will always be with me. As my Aunt Mary Lou says when seeing something beautiful and thinking of her mom, "Through my eyes, Mom, may you see what I see." I love you, Mommy, now and always.
Thank you, everyone, for staying muted and listening. I do want to invite Phil to say some words as well. I think we can hear you guys, so feel free to unmute yourselves.
It looks like
Yeah. Can you hear us?
There you guys. We
we
can
can
see
hear
you.
you.
We
Phil,
can. Yeah.
Phil, we can see and hear you.
Can you see me? Ah, I see me. Yeah. Put the other light too. Okay. Well, first of all, thank you, Mike and Janine, for putting this on. And let me tell you what, you guys have been just superstars. Mike is the genius for IT work, and you've been so special about getting everything together. I want to just do a little shout out. You did the same thing for Jackie Potter and Kathy Landerman. First thing, when Dina was diagnosed with cancer, I looked out the window. I turned my back on you. I looked out the window.
Other way.
Head popped up in there. I said, what in the hell? And beyond it, and Dina. So I got another view. Got away. Kathy Potter and Jackie Landerman. They were putting his heart.
To talk to the phone.
Okay. Can't hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, that was Jackie and Kathy. And since then, you mentioned something about some trips they took. And they took a lot of trips together. Want to thank, and you did really what you said, the dozens of cards, letters, phone calls, visits, and the food when we were in our final stages at home feeding the family, and especially hospice. Hospice is wonderful. I'm thinking about going into hospice now. Go ahead and get ready. Because you need a wheelchair, we're there next day or that day.
Yeah.
You needed anything you needed. If you needed medicine. And one medicine that Janine knows about that made sure she got every night was it's the hydromorphone. It's a derivative of
Morphine.
See, I'm not derivative of hydromorphine, but it's 8 times stronger than morphine. So, and it lasts 5 hours in the system. So she never was in pain, Janine. Thank you, Janine, for that. Hospice was just great. So I'll just tell you real quick, when I met Janine, sorry, when I met Dina was in July of 2000 and July 2000. And it was a blind date. She's one of the members here at Fragrance, Elise Lindley. She needed a partner to play in the golf, the ladies golf, the golf tournament at night, the couple golf tournament. And Gloria Long from Willamette Country Club, where I was a member at the time, said, "Oh, Phil Bourne might be a good choice." So she took me up and gave me. She called Dina and asked if it's okay if she give her number out to me, and she did. And I called her. We got together. We met at La Coca. If you remember La Coca, yeah, okay, where McDonald's is now. So anyway, we met. For a strange story, I walked in La Coca, looked around. I didn't see any ratings and stress or any shirt ratings. What would be probably Dina's age, around 45, 50. Anyway, so I sat down and I faced the door to see if anybody came in. And nobody came in. We were past the time we were supposed to meet. And so I did see this lady come by me, go over to this guy. He had a white shirt, long sleeve white shirt with a tie. So what is that? It's a Jehovah's Witness. And then I know it's Jehovah's Witness. Nobody dressed like that. And sometimes, anyway, she went over and said something to him. And I assumed she said, "How you feel?" And she said no, of course. I said, "Well, I'm not a rocket scientist," but I said, "That must be Dina." So I went around and introduced myself. "Are you Dina?" And said, "Yeah." So that's the name of that story. And so we called. We started dating. One of the first dates I went on, I happened to have season tickets to the Best of Broadway in the Moore Auditorium. We didn't have the DPAC at the time. The Moore Auditorium in Raleigh. So I invited to go to the Bloody Holly story. And we went, and I remember this. We were in the middle of the intersection. We weren't at the end, right in the middle of the block. And we headed across the street. We had traffic going. So I said, I grabbed her hand and journeyed across there in between traffic. And you know what? She said later on, she said she was impressed by that, and I held her hand and carried across the street. What she didn't know was I wasn't grabbing her hand to help her across the street. I was helping me across the street. But that's all right. I kept that secret. And anyway, we dated till 2007. In 2007, we actually broke up. And I thought it was the final time, but no, thank goodness it wasn't. But I started dating, you can mention this, Match.com. And I dated this girl, and she was fun, but not a classic girl like Dina. And strangely enough, she asked me, said, well, you and Dina through on y'all like the dating more, you sure it's over? I said, I'm pretty sure it is. And Dina called me the next day. And I guess she got lonely. I'm glad she did. And said, you know what, Phil? We love each other. We care about each other. We care about each other. And so, you know, she mentioned, said, why don't we just move in together? And I said, oh, wow. I said, can I think about that a little bit? Because I had a nice house, and well, we'll talk about the house later. But I said, you know what? I'm going to tell you this. One of the most important things that I told somebody else this night that you do in your life is pick your partner. Not your house, not your car. Pick your partner, because she's going to be with you 24/7 the rest of your life, and pick a good, because it's important. So I said that. I said, you know, I got a nice house, but she's got a nicer house, really, and she's on the golf course. So I said, well, okay. I mean, I put a lot of work and effort in my house, put in an irrigation system, and I had a surround sound in my bonus room with big screen TV where I invite the guys on to play football, watch ball games. And so I was attached to that house, but I said it's more important to find a good partner. I thought Dina was a good partner, and it turned out to be right about that one. I may not have been one, but she was. So I moved in with her, sold my house, a good deal. The house sold like that. So I guess I didn't ask you much for it. Anyway, moved in with her and joined Traven. Played a lot of golf with Traven, played with other courses, and played. And Traven also back then they had a lot of fun activity. And I got to mention one thing. The member guest tournament at Willhaven. I played the member guest tournament each year, and this year I've invited Kenny Glenn, a good buddy. And so we have Friday night we have a sit down dinner, and Saturday night the same thing. Did you say I'm running out of time? No. Anyway, so I found out one thing about dinner. We sat down, we met everybody, sat down, had a glass of wine, chit-chatted, and the DJ started. But once the DJ started, she said, would you like to dance? I said, I'm not Fred Astaire, but I do like to dance. I do enjoy dancing. And I found out she loves dancing. And so we got up and danced. We danced the first song. She said, oh, let's dance to it. We danced the second song. We danced the third song. And I think a slow song went in there. When the slow song came in there, she loved it when I twirled. She loved that. I like to twirl too. So anyway, so we hit it off good that night. And then, anyway, Traven, and then we played, we were talking about trips. Went on a lot of trips. Did a lot of travel. Went on a lot of golf trips. I mean, my destination for a trip is we have a long trip. If the end of that destination is at a golf course, I'm happy. For her, if it's a museum or art show or something, she's happy. So we sort of made that work. But we went on 3 cruises, one to Cancun and one to the Alaskan cruise. And it was one of the most beautiful cruises I've ever been on. Was a boat ride from Belgium.
We've got a few minutes left, Phil. Sorry, just a few more.
1 minute, Phil. 1 minute.
They told me if I run out of time, it'll be like a presidential race. So, well, I'll try to speed it up. Anyway, I'll just say the things that Dina loved was dance. Of course, she loved dance, travel, and she loved her family. She was really family oriented. She loved her family. She loved the arts. She loved to paint, and especially in the latter several years, she loved to read. John will tell you that she would come home with 6 books from the library. And I'll say this: on her 75th birthday, here's my little package. I didn't know what to get her. I always take her out to dinner. And, okay. I always take her out to dinner. We always take each other out to dinner for her birthday. But this year I said, well, I'm not going to get her all that. So what I did was I gave her, I actually went to one of our neighbors and had a contract signed, and she notarized it and gave to Dina that I would be her slave for a week. And so I made this hat up, and it says, Mama Dina, queen for a week. And on the back it says, my servant, or her servant, I'm sorry. And then And my shirt, you didn't see my shirt.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
I'll get. Are you finished?
One last thing. One
Finish.
last thing. And the bracelet is Morse code. It stands for never give up. And I bought some of them, passed them out to people. And I bought two of them. One of them said F cancer, and one of them said never give up. I said, which one you want? She said, I want both of them. But anyway, so I'll just say this in closing. Dina had a great life. I mean, she was born in Switzerland, not so rich a family, but moved to America when she was 5 years old, lived on the farm. She was a homecoming queen. She was Miss Youngsville. She's a pretty girl. And she just had a wonderful, I love the trade life. So anyway, and I miss her so much. And thank you. I'm sorry I went over, Janine. I know I had 7 minutes and I went to.
It's okay.
That was great. Beautiful.
God bless
Thank you,
you.
Phil.
Good job, Phil. Great job.
Beautiful. Great. Well, thank you so much, Phil. I am going to mute everyone for our next section. We have Janine put together a beautiful photo video of her mom over the years, as she mentioned before. And we've got some music, some of Dina's favorite music. So I'm going to mute everybody for this next section and play the video.
You can hear us, but no music. No music.
So we can't hear the music, right? You couldn't hear the music. We're going to start over. I'm sorry. I know what I did wrong, but give me 1 second to start over and I will do it this time with the music correctly. Hold on 1 second. So sorry. Whoever texted, thank you.
Kristen. Thanks, Kristen.
Thanks, Kristen. All right, let's start from the beginning. And again, I am sorry, but let me do it this way. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Share screen now. Oh, share sound. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Kristen.
Minutes of its face, round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning on an ever spinning reel, like a snowball down a mountain or a carnival balloon, like a carousel that's turning, running rings around the moon, like a clock whose hands are sweeping past the minutes of its face, and the world is like an apple whirling silently in space. like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind. Like a tunnel that you follow to a tunnel of its own, down a hollow to a cavern where the sun has never shone, like a door that keeps revolving in a half-forgotten dream, or the ripples from a pebble someone tosses in a stream, like a clock whose hands are sweeping past the minutes of its face, and the world is like an apple whirling silently in space, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind. Keys that jingle in your pocket, words that jangle in your head. Why did summer go so quickly? Was it something that you said? Lovers walk along the shore and leave their footprints in the sand. Is the sound of distant drumming just the fingers of your hand? Pictures hanging in a hallway and the fragment of a song. Half remembered names of faces was plain to see that you were my destiny. With my arms open wide, I threw away my pride. I sacrificed for you, dedicate my life to you. I will go where you lead. I'll be right there in a time of need. And when I lose my will, you'll be right there to push me up that hill. There's no looking back for us. No, it ain't, baby. We got our love, and sure enough, that's enough. You're all I need. You're all I need, baby, baby, to get by. Yeah, get by. Like an eagle protects his nest, for you I'll do my best. Stand by you like a tree, and anybody that tried to move me. Darling, in you I found strength where I was torn down. I don't know what's in store, but together we can open any door. Just to do what's good for you. I'll inspire you a little bit higher. I know you can make a woman out of a soul that didn't have a goal. 'Cause we got the right foundation. Determination we do. You're all I need. Here's me. You're all I need. You're all I need to get by. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I got you, baby, you know that you got me. We got our love into R-E-S-P-C-T. Baby, you know that you got me. You're all I need. You're all I need. Help, I have done it again. I have been here many times before. Hurt myself again today. And the worst part is there's no one else to
Wow. It's beautiful. We might need a few minutes after that. Well, thank you everyone for staying. It looks like everybody's still here and not surprised by that. It's hard to follow that, but at this point, we do want to invite people to share any stories, memories, or readings. We know Dina touched all of our lives in such unique and special ways, and I know many of you have some cherished memories, stories, or readings that you'd like to share. So if you're comfortable, I do want to invite folks to share a story or a memory or something. It could be an anecdote or a funny moment, a favorite quote, poem, anything that resonates with you. So we can kind of hear from you all. You can feel free to unmute yourselves, or if you want to raise your hand, I can call on folks for this. But anyone would like to begin?
May I?
Yes.
It's very hard to say anything. I'm sorry. I've been crying ever since Janine, you called me. I cherish a lifelong friendship with your mom. Such a terrific person. The best meaning of the word, terrific, in every which way. I can only thank her for being a true friend. We could talk about anything and everything. We could agree to disagree on things. There were no animosities. I could tell her if I didn't like something. She could tell me if she didn't like something. I'm very sorry to see her go. I know this is a celebration of her life, but it just hit me really hard. And I miss her very much. And it was a beautiful talk you, Janine, gave. I really appreciate that. And Mike, putting that together, it just reminds us the soul we lost, but we'll remember forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kath. Beautiful.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, for those who don't know me, I'm Dina's first cousin, Aunt Teresa. My father was Aunt Teresa's brother Marius, and we have many fond memories of Dina. One of my fondest memories was when she took Jan, my sister, my twin sister Janice, Ingra, and I for a ride all over Jeffersonville in a red Corvette. We felt like movie stars. We were just, we thought we were just so hot, you know.
You were.
And she was playing Bob Seger in her cassette deck. So I remember that Bob Seger was one of her favorite artists, and that was playing when she took us for a ride. And yeah, I always remembered that. Good memories, lots of good memories. And we always said that she looked like Elizabeth Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
She was beautiful.
She was gorgeous. Yeah.
Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you. You know, Bob Seger is a favorite of my family. My mom and dad are here as well. I know Dad. So I loved hearing that also. And Dina and my parents got to meet, of course, and they hit it off right away. They met, of course, before the wedding. they planned the wedding together, and then they got to meet years later for Christmas and Hanukkah. We were in Durham, and it was a wonderful time. It's one of the best times of my life, when we all our families came together. I see Mary Ann, you put your hand up, so we're going to have you speak next.
Wrong way. Okay. Yeah, I'm Marianne Browser. I met Janine when she was 12. We all thought she looked like she was 16, but Dina and I and 8 other people joined Kmart at the same time. We were all newbies in their IT department, and we bonded really well. And the 10 of us, including Dina, would all do things together. We went downtown together, watched the fireworks. We went to Michigan football games. We went to Cedar Point, and it was just like a family. We even celebrated Thanksgiving at her house. I would bring the turkey, and anyway. When Glenn and I got married, she hosted the ceremony at her house. She put all these flowers outside. It was awesome. And then they moved to North Carolina, and then we didn't see each other that much until Tom died, and then we went out there. And then we saw her one other time. It was just, you lose each other. I'm done.
I'm glad you're here, and I remember your wedding very well. Thank you.
Thank you. One of the amazing things is seeing people from every single stage of Dina's life here, people who knew Dina for decades and decades when Janine was just a girl, all the way up through, you know, the red hot mamas who I know are here from more recent years. It's an amazing group. She touched so many lives.
Dot.
Dot.
You're on mute, Dot. Can you unmute her? Asked mute. We just asked you to unmute, Dot.
In the bottom left of your screen, there's a mute button.
There's a mute bottom left. Well, we can move on to somebody else while you guys try to figure out the mute. Anyone else want to go?
Yeah, we're here. We're here.
Okay, Dina's girlfriends.
Okay.
Hello, may I say something?
Sure, yeah.
I'm Frida, and I'm Chinese. This is my neighbor, Li Yao. We moved here for just several years, and Dina had gave us a very deep impression because we moved from China to here. We have no friends, but Dina had gave us many helps when we have some difficulties, and also I think Dina is very helpful and thoughtful and very warmly hearted. Dina and Phil has sent us the cake and the welcome card to us. So I think it's because Dina's behavior that make us feel the Treeben is our home.
Yeah.
You know, because our English is not very good. I can't speak too much, and just want to express our thankful, and we really miss Dina very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Dina was always, you know, drawn to people from other countries because she loved just the world, exploring the world, and she always made people feel at home. So I'm so glad to hear that. She was often the person that was the most welcoming when somebody moved into the neighborhood. That's wonderful, and we appreciate that, you sharing that.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
I think Dina's golf friends, our golf friends, wanted to go. So if you guys can unmute.
Yep.
他们说非常感谢。I need translate to.
Hand. How to unmute.
We can hear you,
Yeah,
Lynn.
we can hear you.
Okay. I mean, well, hello, we can also. Can you hear us?
Hi, lady.
Don't all talk at once.
Are there two groups talking or just one?
No, Owl. It's
Yeah.
your turn.
All right. Okay. On behalf of our small, intimate group. Friendly and made all the more warmer by knowing Dina. We just want to express our heartfelt love and gratitude for having met your mom and known her for such a short period. When we listened to the other stories and how she's touched lives, it's unbelievable. We loved her and we wanted you to know how much we loved her and cared for her. She was a joy. She was so much fun. In fact, so much fun that a few days before Sandy and Lynn were driving by and stopped to say hello. And for some reason, they said something smart. And Dina said, "You two are perfect assholes." And that was Dina. And we love
With
her.
love.
And let's give a big, yeah, we love you.
And yes,
Aw.
yes.
Yes.
Cheers. Thank you.
Dina. To Dina. To Dina.
To Dina, to my mama.
One of a kind.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And not afraid to speak her mind too.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I think Mary Lou and Pete, were you gonna say something? Okay.
Yes. Oh my word. I don't even begin to know where to begin to start with my sister-in-law's sister. First, I'm going to start with food. We love chocolate cake. We love wine. We love family gatherings. She was a wonderful friend, sister. I looked up to her, and I definitely will miss our little chit chats. But I am so thankful with gratitude and love that I got to spend with her. It will forever be in my heart. So I want to toast to Dina, my friend, my sister, and I will watch for those bluebirds. So here's to you.
Cheers. You better get some alcohol in that glass, Mary.
Yes.
We love you, Mary Lou and Pete.
Drank it already. It was full. I just want to say what a privilege it was to have her as my sister. And I'm so thankful I got to spend the last days of her life with her and growing closer to her. And I'm so happy in the way that she went, pain-free. And I even got her to laugh toward the end. And I got her to give me the finger at the end. So I got the full range of emotions. It was great.
A typical brother, sibling.
Right. I got it all.
And can you hear us now? Thank
Oh, yes.
you. You know what? Hang on though, because Dot actually got it off mute. So hang on just
but we'll
a sec.
come back to you, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
sure.
Dot, if you can speak now.
Yeah, go ahead, Dot.
Go ahead.
Oh, hi, Janine and Mike. I can't tell you, the first time I met your mom, we went to exercise class at Trayburn, and we didn't know each other, but she drove up with her little car, and she offered me a ride home. I could hardly get into the car or hardly get out of the car, but I'll tell you, your mom was so precious. We had a great friendship. with Don, with your father, with,
Phil.
with Phil. It was just wonderful. I love her. I'm sorry that she's gone, but she brought me so much joy. Thank you, Janine.
Thank you so much, Dot.
Thank you, Dot.
You were in her life a long time.
And it's so good to see you. Yeah, I'm glad
We
to see you
didn't,
here.
we didn't send the name in, the word, in time for it to get on the heart, but we wanted to share that. Whenever I thought of Gina, I thought of radiant, because when she walked in the room and smiled, the room just lit up.
Yeah.
And one of the fondest memories I have was when we were planning for your guys' wedding, and it was Hanukkah at our house, and we were giving gifts to the kids. And Dina got on the floor with the kids and was playing with them just like a kid, and had a wonderful time. And the kids all loved her, and that was just her.
Yeah,
You know, she was going to share her joy with everybody.
Yeah.
Diane and I have often said that if we had lived closer together, if geography didn't separate us, we would have been the best of friends. There was no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And she said the same thing.
Yeah. In recent times, when Dean and I talked, that's exactly what she said. She said we would have been besties. She just knows. She actually said, I still got the email, you're our kind of peeps.
Yeah.
And I just cherish those memories. There were only a few different times that we had the chance to be in the same place at the same time. But when we were together, it was like being with your sister, for me. And just a lot of nonstop laughter and dancing.
Yeah.
And just sheer joy to be with each other. So you've been very, very blessed, Janine, with a wonderful mom, and the rest of your family is beautiful too. And Michael is lucky to have become a part of that family. And
absolutely,
we're honored to be a part of it as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad I'm part of your family.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
And it makes sense. It makes sense that you guys would be so close because you have so much in common. You both produced amazing kids. So
absolutely.
You know.
and Dina and I both dance like nobody's watching.
That's right. That's right.
That is a real attribute of both of you for sure. Yeah. I know Kathy, you in the group over there have had your hand up. So definitely please go next. Yeah.
You guys are on mute. There you go.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yes, we remember when Dina was actually diagnosed. We were in a tavern over on 94th Street, and she told us
that doesn't speak to what we normally do.
Yeah, we're so innocent. But anyway, we were in the tavern, and we had friends that came in from London, and we were there. And the night before, she had gone to the hospital because she was sick. And she told us that it was something, she didn't know what. But anyway, later as she was diagnosed, she told us, she said, I don't want mourning. I want to play. I want to have fun. And I'm going to leave it up to y'all to make sure I have fun. And for the rest of her life, we tried very hard to make sure that we enjoyed each other, that we had good times, we had good memories. And I do feel like that was a very good quality of time for us. And we loved her. She was a very special person.
Yep.
And I do think that Dina is up there in heaven, even though she doesn't believe in God. I think she's up there in heaven, gaining her angel wings. And I'm looking forward to one day seeing her. And I think the rest of us are also.
Absolutely. I think we can really say we had the time of our lives with her. From her diagnosis until the end. We did everything that anyone would have on their bucket list locally, and really enjoyed her. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you so much. You gave her lots of joy in her last years. Thank you for that.
And if you saw that word cloud, fun was the biggest word, and that's you guys as well. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Okay, anyone else? We'll pause for a minute.
Carly and Brian?
Really? Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah, we'll go.
Okay, great.
Hello. Just to introduce ourselves, I'm Carly, Brian, Aiden, and Addison, and we belong to Mary and Pete. So Dina was Aunt Dina. First of all, Mike and Janine, that was a beautiful, memorial that you had. The pictures and the music was just outstanding. So thank you for that. Just a couple little memories from each of us regarding Dina. Brian always remembers looking forward to seeing Aunt Dina and knowing she would always be up for some good fun and play. She was always the fun aunt.
For sure.
There it is again. I will always remember Aunt Dina's the one who sent the best greeting cards. You could always count on receiving a personalized card in the mail for birthdays. The cards were always stunning, just like her. They were either embellished with gems, handcrafted, interactive, or delivered a good laugh. Addison remembers Aunt Dina always playing board games with her and being the life of the party. She also remembers listening to her many stories. And Aiden remembers Aunt Dina's joyful spirit and contagious laugh. She was always involved in the family bantering. And cuddling with our Henry. Here we are.
Nice.
Will warm our hearts.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Some of you may know I got my mom a stuffed dog when she got diagnosed to sleep with, just for comfort, and she asked for him the week she was dying, and she cuddled with him until she died. And we named him Henry after your dog because they look a lot alike.
Yeah.
Oh, Henry.
Yeah, she loved kids and dogs.
And we have some memories of Aunt Dina with us too.
Oh, I'm so glad you all have those. That's
Yeah, let's see
great.
again.
She
Oh,
loved
yeah.
to wear her captain.
Captains.
Yeah.
Captains and kimonos. Yeah. I see Matt and Sarah, you had your hand over there. So please do go next.
That's it. That's it, huh?
I think we're just waiting for Matt and Sarah. They're going to unmute.
They're trying to unmute. There we go.
Hi.
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 Hi, Mike and Janine.
Hi, Joan. We can see you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I got it. I saw Dina towards the end. I saw her every day. I waved to the deck, but really got a special time with her one morning when we were alone out on the deck on the fairway, on the 18th fairway. Beautiful day. Janine looked beautiful. And where's that hand up there? And wait.
They can hear you.
Yeah, you're good, Joan.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, so I had her on my heart, mostly it was a spiritual thing. I mean, she exuded spirituality, but she didn't talk spirituality. And this day she said, I've been thinking about something. So what are you thinking about? I said, were you okay?
Yeah.
She said, I just wanted to say, I've really been thinking about my life, and I think that I'm a believer. And I said, well, Janine, that's where I was coming from. But I thought I want to know that. And I remember the priest that I told the girls about one lunch. What's there? Oh, honey. What? Can I just talk? Yeah. Okay. I said, do you remember that priest we talked about when my husband was having a problem at the end of his life at 97, not believing? And it was, from what my belief was, I just wanted to make sure she was comfortable where she is with what she believed. She thought she from her thinking at the end, she was a believer. And I asked her if she wanted to see this priest who I knew, talk to him. And she said that she was willing to do that. And that's when I mentioned that to Janine, and that happened. And I don't know what they said, but I was happy that she got to express something for the girls, especially her funny friends. I just think you girls were so much full of friends. Jackie, and I don't know all your names, but you were a lot of fun. That anybody who knew Dina knew that she was touched by a very special spirit, even if she couldn't say it to us. That's it.
Thank you, Joan.
I'm happy I knew Dina. I'll never forget Dina. And I'll be a better person because of Dina.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, every time we visited Dina, she had to come by your house so we could see you as well. So we appreciate that, Joan, and hope Pat as well. So yeah.
Anyone else there?
Anyone else?
They might.
Anyone else would like to say something?
Yeah, I would. I can't raise my hand, but
no worries.
Go for it.
This is Don.
Hi, Don.
So I just want to say that two of my best times with Dina was at the Swiss family reunion in Wurtsboro, New York, set up by Janine. Thank you, Janine.
Yes.
And it was just a great time. And also Thanksgiving in Lake Norman, North Carolina, where we invited Dina and Phil down there.
Mm.
And it was just, it was just unbelievable. It was just, everybody had a great time and just love Dina. That's all I can say.
Thank you. That was a
that's
great time.
That's everything. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Stacy,
welcome.
Jeremy, I see you guys there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. So,
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Stace and Jeremy.
Yeah, hello. So I got to know Dina through Janine. She was my college roommate, and I have to say, Dina had the absolute best care packages ever. That they would come, and all of us on the whole floor would be excited that a Dina care package came. She was always very thoughtful. And also on Sunday mornings, it was always very difficult to get Janine down to breakfast, which really in the dorms was really lunch, because that was sacred time, right? She and Dina every Sunday had their conversations, and it really just spoke to the relationship they had. And I know she will be missed, and she was very loved.
Thank you, Stace.
Thanks, Stacy. Not only were they talking every Sunday, but later every day they were talking. I would say, what do you have to say to each other? You literally just spoke yesterday. But it didn't matter. They just loved talking to each other. I know my own mom, I know she's here, had her same relationship with her mom. So it's a beautiful thing to see, even though I'm not much of a talker. So it's hard for me to replace that.
And I'm conscious of time. So maybe two more people if you want to speak, and then we'll wrap it up.
Come on, sister.
No pressure.
Janice, you don't have to.
Janice, we have Carmen here too. Happy to see, but no pressure.
Well, my name's Rachel. I've been Janine's friend since I was 3 years old. And so I knew Mr. and Mrs. Griggs when we all lived in St. Louis. And I just remember all the special things. Sorry, this is hard. That Mrs. Griggs did for Janine. So she had a playroom with a beautiful mural that Mrs. Griggs had painted of castles and princesses. And she designed and sewed all of Janine's Barbie clothes, which were so beautiful. And Janine had a candy day every week. And my mom did not measure up at all.
Whoa.
I shared the things that Mrs. Griggs did that she didn't do. But my word I chose for Mrs. Griggs, and I always have to call her that, was
Take
fun.
it, Kim.
Because she always made being at their house was always fun, and she made such a special and beautiful childhood for Janine. So of course, you know, they were so close. And, you know, even in college, when we went to visit the Griggs in North Carolina, Mrs. Griggs outlined all the most fun things to do. And so we went to the Lemur Center at Chapel University, or no, I can't remember where it was. But anyway, she always had the most fun things to do, and she loved Janine so much, her precious child, and I would say spoiled, but spoiled in the best way, in that, you know, she just loved you so much, and she will love you forever. So,
thank you, Rach.
you're well.
Hi.
Go ahead,
Hi.
Anu.
Yeah, hi. I just want to say to dearest Gina, I love you. Happy birthday. I've known you forever, for 30 years. I have beautiful memories together. I will always remember you and everything about you. Although I will miss you gently, I believe, and someday I will look into your beautiful eyes to thank you again for bringing me more joy to my life than I could ever imagine. Those we don't go away, but live together with us, unseen and unheard. My dear Dina, it's hard, but thank you for being my friend forever, and I love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anu.
Thank you. It's beautiful.
And then Stephanie, I think.
I think that was, Stephanie, you wanted to say.
Just quickly, she was like the person that I wanted to see at Bunko and Street Meet, and she was just the light and the sparkle in the room, and I just loved her, and she will so be missed, and she was so fantastic. Thank you guys. This has been awesome. Y'all rock.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing all those thoughts. It brings me comfort to know how many people love my mom and were touched by her.
So we're gonna do a candle lighting. I think some of you already have candles. If you don't, now's the time to, if you have one handy, to take a candle. We'll have a moment of reflection, and we're gonna play Dina's favorite song. I'll have Janine introduce this and light the candle when ready.
So we're going to play a song, and then we're going to close with me reading a poem. So when I went in August, I was with my mom for 3 weeks in August. We got her hooked up to hospice care. I came home for about a week and a half, and then I went back with her for 2 weeks before she died. And, you know, she didn't want a memorial. And I said, Mom, you know, I'm sorry, but it's not about you. It's about the people that are left behind that are going to really miss you and that need a way to honor your memory. And she agreed to that at the time. And she loved this song by Sarah Brightman and Andrea Bocelli. It's called Time to Say Goodbye. And she said, you know, I think I'd like this played at my memorial. So we're going to play it. We're going to light a candle and think of my mom.
Can you let me know if you can hear the music? Thumbs up or down? Music? Yes? No, you can't hear it. Hold on. I think I have to share my audio. Give me a sec. Here we go. I'm going to do the word cloud again to share sound. Good. Okay, ready?
Quando sono solo sogno all'orizzonte mancano le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei tu qua, sogno all'orizzonte e manca le parole. Io sì lo so che sei con me, con me. Io so che tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Adesso sì li vivrò con te. Partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Con te io li vivrò, con te partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Con te io li vivrò, con te
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna close by reading a poem. When I left my mom's house, I just kind of grabbed things that were the most important to me at the time, and those were mostly pictures, letters from my dad to my mom. My mom kept a journal ever since she got diagnosed with cancer. I grabbed that and read it. And I also grabbed a folder where she had actually written something to me. I'm not going to read that because that would just be too much, I think. But this poem was in that folder. I'm going to try to get through this. So this is a poem by Donna Ashworth. When I go, don't learn to live without me. Just learn to live with my love in a different way. And if you need to see me, close your eyes or look in your shadow when the sun shines. I'm there. Sit with me in the quiet, and you will know that I did not leave. There is no leaving when a soul is blended with another. When I go, don't learn to live without me. Just learn to look for me in the moments. I will be there. That's by Donna Ashworth. And she will always be with me.
Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Thank you so much. Before we end, I just want to thank you all again for joining in celebrating Dina's life. Those stories you shared were beautiful, all the memories, just all your faces. It paints a picture of what a remarkable woman Dina was. And she touched so many lives with her warmth and her spirit. And as we part, I just want us all to remember that poem, and she's still there. Please, let's carry her light with us. Let her kindness inspire us to be more kind. Let her joy encourage us to be more joyful, and her love to remind us to love one another and cherish all of the connections we have with one another. Thank you, everyone, for being here today, for your love, and just for making this celebration so meaningful. Let's continue to honor Dina's memory in the days and the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Janine and Mike. Thanks.